for joining us here today at Brookford Farms. We are cheering on Matty Gregg as he's running from Nashua to Pittsburgh to raise awareness of our work. He is running 230 miles and really believes in making sure that kids are fed at school, that we don't have hungry people in New Hampshire, and he wanted to make sure that he's using his platform to raise awareness of our work. His wife is a state legislator, Alicia Gregg, and Matty has a lot of family that are in New Hampshire businesses and have also been in New Hampshire politics. So here we are. I'll start off with a little background about why we're at Brookford Farms. Brookford Farms is here in Canterbury, New Hampshire, which is where Matty's ending day 2 of the run. So we thought it was fitting to tie in our work with food access and farms. Before I started full-time with New Hampshire Hunger Solutions, I was a food systems consultant, and I worked with both food insecurity organizations like New Hampshire Hunger Solutions and farmers. And during that time, I really could see where there was a crossover between the two needing each other in a systems level in order to be successful. So one of the things about federal nutrition programs like SNAP, WIC, and school meals, which we'll talk a little bit more about, is that they all have programs that incentivize people to purchase from local farms. And so we know that for every dollar spent in SNAP, there's at least $1.54 and sometimes up to $1.80 return on investment in the local economy. We know that in the local economy, for every dollar spent in the local economy, 70 cents stays in that local economy. And we know that for schools, through the Rockefeller Foundation, they found that for every $1 spent in school meals, that $2 was returned back to the local economy. And they see this through spending in local farms and also creating jobs for people. So we know that when we improve access to federal nutrition programs like SNAP, WIC, and school meals, we're actually also improving the local economy, creating jobs, and helping our local farmers. New Hampshire has programs like Granite State Market Match, which is available at farm stands and farmers markets. That means that there's no limit, by the way. If somebody goes with their SNAP dollars to a local farm stand that accepts SNAP and participates in Granite State Market Match, they can double their dollars. Or some people like to look at it as a 50% discount. So if you're going to that local farm stand and with your $80 in SNAP dollars, you have now $160 to spend at that local farm stand or farmer's market. As long as you're buying fresh fruits and veggies for the first half of it. So it has to be half fruits and veggies, and then the other half you can buy meat products, dairy products, and other local food products that are made at that farmer's market or farm stand. You cannot use the benefits for alcoholic products or tobacco products. So just to clarify, if those are sold at a farmer's market, the SNAP benefits can't be used for them. But they are used for local produce, local meats, local dairy, local eggs, all of those things. So this is why, farm to school is so important. We know that if schools can feed more kids at school, which is why we have the school breakfast challenge, and we really promote that school breakfast matters. We know that it works like a restaurant. School systems, school districts, food service programs are some of the biggest restaurants that we have. So if they increase their participation, they're able to have more revenue. Their cost per meal goes down, which means that they can pay more for their staff and they can buy local food. And that's why this is so important, to not just utilizing these federal nutrition programs and spending those federal dollars to come back into the community, but it's important to feed kids at school. We know they learn better, they have higher attendance rates, they're less likely to be have chronic disease as children and as adults, and they're more likely to graduate. And kids that eat breakfast at school, and the studies show at school, are more likely to graduate and more likely to make